Hi, everybody, and welcome to my channel, Simple Fit Physical Therapy. Without a long drawn out introduction, why I'm here today is because I want to show you how to use a rollator, also known as a four-wheeled walker. These are really convenient to use because they provide a place where you can sit down. This one's a little dusty because, quite frankly, it's been in the basement because nobody in my house has needed it recently. So why would you use a rollator or a four-wheeled walker? Well, the two main things are if you have poor balance or your balance isn't quite as good as it used to be, or if you have low endurance, because like I said, it gives you a nice, comfortable place to sit. So before you use any um, assistive device, the thing that you need to do is make sure that it's about the right height for you. So the thing that we look at are the greater trochanter or the hip bones and the wrist crease. So this one here is a little bit tall for me because my, I don't know if you can see, but if I'm standing nice and tall, my wrist crease is way below where this handle is. So what I'm going to do is just quickly take the time to adjust this. And so I don't know if you can see this, but we've got these little screws here. They just unwind and there's a little bolt and a little washer that just fell on the floor. Alrighty, let's get that. And this one, I'm going to lower it down, let's see, about to here, so that this is going to fall just about at my wrist crease. So I'm going to put the bolt in from this side, put the little screw on, or the little nut. It's not a nut, but it's like a little plastic thing. I'll show you in the B-roll. So let me tighten that down. And on this side, I now have two holes showing. So I just want to even it out by doing the same thing to the other side. So let me unscrew this. I knew something was going to drop, but that's okay. And then I'm going to take off the little plastic nut, pull out the bolt, and make it so there's two holes showing. Put the bolt back in, the little plastic nut, and then screw this back on. Alrighty, simple, right? So now this is the right height for me. Now the other thing is these are foldable. So in order to fold this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift up the seat, and this one has like a little strap so that you don't have to bend over to pull it up. So you have these little levers here that these just come up. So you lift this up and whoops, and there it's folded, and then you could put it in your car or wherever you need to fit it a little bit better. Now, in order to undo it, you just pull it out, and then you just want to make sure that these little crossbars here are all the way down. Now, this one does not have a basket, so you can purchase like a little basket to put here, and that's really convenient if you need someplace to put, say, your water bottle, your purse, your items at the grocery store after you're done shopping. It's very convenient to have a little bag on there. Let's see what's next. Today I have a list because I didn't want to go off a script. If you're taller than 5'10" or 5'11", you probably need something different than just what's found in the stores, because these are set for people that are a little bit shorter. So you might have to go to a durable medical equipment company to get something like that. Now, I don't know if you can see Jersey. She was sitting by the window, but now she's kind of in the space here because I think she wants to be a YouTuber. So if you're a little bit taller, test it out and see if you can make it tall enough for you if you're over 5'10" or 5'11". So let's see. Okay, so when you're using a rollator, what you want to do, hold on, let me get my chair. Sorry, Jersey. Okay, so I'm sitting in my chair and I have my rollator conveniently right in front of me. I'm going to make sure before I stand up that I lock the wheels, and we're not going to pull up from the rollator. You can have one hand on here. I don't mind that so much, but if possible, we want to use both hands to push up and then get to the rollator. When you go to sit back down, you're going to reach back and gently sit down. And that's why you want the rollator to be locked, because otherwise, if you don't, say you try to push up like this, I've seen people have some near misses by doing that because it can just slide right away from you, especially if you're really relying on it to help lower you down. So at least one hand reaching back to the chair or the seat, wherever you're going, and gently lowering yourself down. Same thing when you're coming back up, at least one hand on the chair, if not two, and push yourself up. Then you're ready to walk. It's still locked though, but we'll take care of that in a minute as soon as I get the chair out of the way. On this, the brakes are only on the back wheels. So as you're walking, it has you can push down to lock it, you pull up to unlock it, and then you can also squeeze the brakes if you just need to stop and have it steady for just a moment. Or if you need to slow down if you're maybe going downhill, something like that. So as you're walking, the most, I don't know, there's a lot of things that are important, but one thing you don't want to do is push the walker and take a step, right? And a lot of people, for some reason, do that. I understand why from a biomechanical perspective, but we're not here to get into all of the biomechanics of it. So what you want to do is find a comfortable position for your arms and just walk. So your arms are going to stay fairly stationary as you just walk. And that's going to make for a smoother gait pattern, just like that. And let's see, what's the other thing? For some people, even though they might have poor balance, this might not be a good choice. If you have one side that's significantly weaker, sometimes it makes it hard to steer it if you can't keep things even as you're going. And then that can lead to a lot of kind of back and forth and unsteadiness. So this is for somebody that's a little unbalanced and more has the poor endurance that can push the walker evenly. Anyway, so this is how you use it. And you want to stay fairly close. Yeah, that's the other thing, is you don't want it to be so far ahead that you're like this. And you don't want to be so close that you're like this. You want to stay where the back wheels are. If you think about if there was an imaginary line between the back wheels, we're just constantly stepping over that line. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but anyways, I hope this helps you. And I hope that if you need to start using an assistive device of whatever kind it is, whether it's a large base quad cane, whether it's a rollator, whether it's a walker, or even if you have to use a wheelchair, my thought is, and let me get comfortable here. My thought is that you should use the device that lets you go all the places that you need to go. I would hate to have you staying home this holiday season because you were too embarrassed to use your walker or your rollator. It's not going to make you look older than what you are. I promise you. Nobody is going to say anything. And if they do say anything, it's okay. You've gotten out to where you need to be and you're mixing it up with all of your friends. Just get out there using whatever assistive device you need and don't worry about all the rest. It'll be fine, I promise you. And you'll make your therapist very happy. So anyways, thanks for stopping by. I hope to see you again soon. Take it easy. Also, these can be adjusted. If you lift this up, and if you're coordinated, this can come right off of here. But you might need somebody stronger than me to help you. There you go. There you go. That comes right on off. Makes it a little bit smaller. And to put it back on, you just want to get it lined up and then push down the button to get it locked right back in that hole.